Assalamualaikum and good morning. Hi, my name is SYAHIRAH JANI and my metric number is S62582. Today I'm going to do individual assignment for subject Accounting Information System, which is the core subject is ACT3501. On this individual assignment, we have two cases that we need to solve, which is assignment case 1, which is we need to prepare a business process diagram, which is BPD, that document backend business process, and assignment case 2, which is we need to prepare a program flowchart to help Melanie program this process. So for both case, I'm using a Microsoft Visual software. So first of all, we need to open our Microsoft Visual software. So on this video, we can see here more shape. So we click here and we need to flowchart. For this shape, I choose is for both of the case. So which is first is basic flowchart, BPMN basic shape, and also cross-functional flowchart shape. That's all. And so first of all, we need to solve assignment case 1 first, which is prepare business process diagram, which is BPD. On this BPD, we know that we need to make a table. So the table that I'm going to use is streamline, which is a shape that you can drag into your drawing and place in any order in your flowchart. So on this, I'm going to drag it up there. So in this function is represent as a department. So we know that for the case 1, we have 6 departments, which is we need to put 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's all. First, we need to put the title. So I'm going to put solution for case 1. So in phase, I'm going to put employee. At the same time, I'm going to change the form, which is I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to put activities perform. So on the left table is represent as the employee, and the right is activity perform. So first department for employee, which is retail store, and the second is shipping lake, and third is warehouse inventory control lake, and for 4 is purchasing department, and department for 5 is warehouse receiving lake, and the last department for employee, which is accounts payables. That's all for the. First of all, we need to solve the activity in retail store. So for start the process, we need to choose a BPMN basic shape, and we need to take a start event, which is represent as small circle, and to put an arrow to right, we need to use a sequence flow as a flow of the data or information. And for activity in process, we need to take is collapse sub process here. On this which is present as rounded edge rectangle, and the explanation is inside. We need to put explanation, which is review inventory list order, and this is the form. And from here, we need to put an arrow to down, which is to the employee for department 2, which is shipping click. So we need to put collapse sub process as activity in process, which is represent as rounded edge rectangles. So with explanation inside, which is fill orders, authorize delivery, and ship good. And after we fill order, authorize delivery, ship good, we're going to back to the retail store, which is we need using this of sequence flow to the up, which is it's collapse subscreen as activity in process. Put in here around the activity in process, and the explanation inside, which is receive goods. After we receive good, we put a sequence flow of the data of information to the right, and we need to take an event, which is represent as small ball circle. After we end this one, this is the process for weekly and rush order. So we need to put insert text box. We need to put text box, which is weekly and rush order. So input here. Okay, March order. So this is the process for weekly and March order. But for quick quarterly, we need to start event with a small circle, and we need to put a subsequent this as a flow data of information. So with the small circle, we represent as start or beginning of this process. So and then we put a collapse subs process as activity in process. We need to put this one and the explanation inside. So this rounded edge rectangle is represent as activity in process. So the explanation inside is count, inventory, and reconcile to corporate database. After we count inventory and reconcile, and this I'm going to put a subsequent flow as a flow of data information. And after that, we end the event, which is represented as small bold circle. And we need to put text box in here, which is represented as quarterly. So this is represent for quarterly order, and we're going to warehouse inventory control collect, which is first we need to put start event with represent as small circle, and we need to put a subsequent flow to the right as represent as flow of data information, and the same thing is collapse subs process is represent around the edge rectangle, and this is the activity in process. And we need to put explanation inside, which is system generate purchase requisition. After that, after the system generated purchase information, we need to flow the data of information to the right with the subscript floor. So you're going to take a collapse subs is as an activity in process by rounding each rectangle, and the explanation inside is adjust and approve purchase requisition. After we adjust and approve purchase, we're going to go to the purchasing department, which is we need to put an error to put below. We need to put a collapse sub process as a activity in process. And the explanation inside is finalize and approve purchase. Approve system generated PO. On this finalize and approve system generated PO, we have three ways, which is first is we need to put a subsequent flow to the right, which is for the right, and we need to put here as side, and the explanation inside is same PO to vendor. And after that, we need to subsequent flow to the right again, and then this is the end of event. And for the second way, which is we're going to down to the warehouse receiving claim, which is we use a flow of we need to go to the warehouse receiving claim, and we collapse subs here, and we put the explanation is receive system prepare receiving report. And then from this receive system prepare receiving report, we put a error to the right as flow of data of information, and we take this collapse subs process to the right, which is represented as activity in process, and the explanation inside is receive goods complete receiving report, which is date and quantity. And then after we receive good and complete the receiving report, we're going to the accounting payable. We're going to put this to the down to the accounting payables to take this collapse sub process, and the explanation inside is get receiving report and PO. And from this, we're going to the right by using arrow to the right for with a subsequent floor. I will take again a collapse subsequent process. In this, we put a receive vendor invoice. So receive vendor invoice is we get this from window. So we need to take this. Put another put an error here from vendor. We get this invoice from window, so we put vendor here, and then from window we flow the subsequent flow by using flow sequence flow to the right, and we use a collapse subs process as activity in process again. So this one, we need to explain this. Reconcile PO receiving report and invoice, and from there we put a subsequent flow to the right again, and we put collapse subs process again so that this explanation inside, which is this first funds to vendors. Everything put a second flow to the right, and we need to put end of event here. So end of this second way, and for the third way, which is the last way for that, is we put a subsequent flow here to the receiving report MPO, and then the flow is will be same from the finalized and approved system PO. We're going to the get receive report MPO, and then we go to receive window invoice, and we're going to reconcile PO reconcile report invoice, and this first fund to vendors, and end of the process. Okay, next we're going to go to the warehouse inventory control click. So this here we have one of the process, so which is we need to use start event, which is small circle, so we put in here, and after that, after we put start event, which represents small circle, so we put a subsequent flow as arrow to the right, so this is represent our flow of data or information, and we put a collapse sub process to the right, represent as rounded edge rectangle, and this is activity in process. So the explanation inside is maintain in update perpetual inventory system, and after is maintain and update perpetual inventory system, we're going to put the arrow to the right as a subsequent flow, and we put an event which represent as small ball circle, and that's all. So we're going to solution for case 2, new blank, and for preparing a program flowchart, we need basically for using portrait. And first, let's put this in here, which is put text in here is solution for case 2. So we put here for the solution 2, which is we need to prepare a flowchart. So in this, we need to go to here, the basic. So we take a start or end with this we call is terminator, which is represent the start and end of the system. So first we need to put start side of the box, and then from the start we put a flow, which is a subsequent flow to down here, and then we put data, which is with a parallelogram shape. So this data is represent information entering and leaving this system. So output a product to be delivered on this way. I'm going to make I can put the input here. Input weight, which is value, and height, which has. And then after this is for data. When we put our weight, we put amount of weight and height. We're going to go to the flow chart to the down. which is go to the box, square box. This represent as process. So go in here, we put a body mass index, which is BMI, and we need to put the formula, which is weight divided by height, the power of 2, and we need to edit this box to make this okay. And then after we do a process here, and we have to put subsequent flow to flow the data in down here, which is we need to put a diamond shape, which is for decision. For this decision, we have BMI less than 18.5. So if BMI is less than 18.5, so we need to put a subsequent flow to the right, and we need to put the process here. So we need to put weight status, which is WS, equal to under weight. So in this is the process, and we need to go to the, we need to put flow equal to by small circle in on page reference. We need to put in here, and this going to put in here. And this on page reference is pair of on page connector to use to replace long line on flowchart page. So from this one page connector, we're going to put a flow to down. We put flow down. So we need to put which is we need to put the data. This is okay. We put this print weight, comma, hash, comma, BMI, comma, weight status. So in we need to print. We need to print weight, height, BMI, and also the weight status. And after we print it, we put a flow sequence flow chart to down to the end of process. Usually we put n, and we put n, and we correct. Okay, and then after we have this, we solve this is we need to put yes in if BMI is less than 18.5. If yes, we know that weight status is underweight. We put in here to one page connector to the to the data of print weight, height, BMI, and so what is it, and end of the process. If no, we have another solution. This is put a subsequent flow in down. Okay, put down, which is put a diamond. A diamond shape is present of the decision. So the decision again. On this decision is if BMI more than 20. If BMI, okay, first we need to know if BMI is less than it. If no, okay, it will be another process is if BMI is more than 25. If yes, okay, we put the subsequent flow. If yes, we put another process, which is here. Put weight as equal to over weight, and we put here yes, and we put another subsequent flow to the one page connector. And after that, if going here, we put this color here. If no, okay, if no, we put no here. If BMI is no more than 25, we put the data, the process, which is here. Okay, here we put this as equal to normal, and from this process, we put this process. We put the subsequent flow to the one page connector, and then we print the weight, height, BMI, and also weight status, and of the process. That's all for the solution for case 1 and case 2, and thank you.